Hey guys, Old Beater Cars Workshop. How's everyone doing? Anyways, been thinking and thinking what to build next. Try to build something different. And this is what we're going to build next. Probably one of my favorite tractors ever, other than the Ford 8N, is the Massey Ferguson TE 20. So, yeah, I use these tractors lots over the years. And which was the other one? Was another version of this, the model up from this one a little bit newer, and it was a diesel engine. It was a Perkins diesel, and I used to use it for loading manure and such, and loading trucks and all sorts of stuff on the farm. But yeah, a lot of fun times on these old tractors. I mean, they're pretty much bulletproof, and there's still a few of them kicking around, but a lot of them are ended up in people's museums on their farms and such. So, anyways, this is the Heller kit. Heller they do pretty good versions of these tractors. This is a 1/24 scale. I wish they would build this in a 1/16 or 1/12 scale. That'd be really cool, but I think they do that in die-cast. So yeah, there's a bit of history on it. So, yep, a lot of the farm boys from when back when, we've spent our fair share of time on these old tractors, and you know, even some younger folks, younger guys, some of their grandfathers or dads have these old tractors kick and run on their properties, and you know, they were good tractors. So anyways, I will open this thing up and see what we got. So it has like 128 pieces. Should be interesting. So, some of these ones actually had 2-range gearbox in them, high and low range, and some of them actually were aftermarket. We had one too. Oh, it wasn't aftermarket, but no. How do you open the damn thing? It's not very big. Kind of small. So yeah, they were a good tractor. The hydraulics on them really sucked. So I remember when we had one, we put a loader on the back, and like a forklift style loader, and we had to put a pump on the front with the external pump, because the hydraulic pump ran off the engine crank, and put external tank and stuff and hoses and stuff. So we did that way, and also later on we actually just trying to think now. It's been such a damn long time. Yeah, we had the pump on the front because sometimes we wanted to take the forklift off the back and run implements on the back. So we just left the PTO, because these are on a power takeoff in the back, right? And you know, we take the loader off and just block off the couplers and such. And I forget how we did it. My old man had set it up, so that was a long time ago. But yeah. But anyways, it was a very good tractor. We used the living daylights out of it. So pretty interesting. See, some of these were painted gray and red, but most of the time they were mostly gray. I mean, like I think some of the models were gray and red, but the ones we used to run around here were all gray in color. So kind of gray primer color. So that's the ones we used to have. But yeah, they were good tractors. Remember when we had one time I loaded something on the front, and I ended up busting all the damn bolts off the front of the tractor. So that's later on when we had put a loader on the front of it. And then when this one was finished, then we got the other Massey Ferguson, a little bit heavier version with a diesel engine in it. But yeah, so pretty good tractor. I remember like we had one, and I used to live in daylights out of it. My dad did, I did, my uncle did, and whoever gets their hands on it usually them living daylights out of it. It was a good tractor. So anyways, a little story on that. Some of you know that I have an orchard, and also I work for Highways Department running snowplow. So, but yeah, so busy beaver. So should be pretty cool. Should be lots of. That's kind of interesting. Some of these were actually could have been used on the farm, right? And they had a exhaust on the top. You can put the exhaust coming through the top off the side, right? Just have an elbow coming off the exhaust manifold, and you have the upright exhaust. Most times the exhaust was underneath. So fun stuff, right? Yeah, this is gonna be a really cool project, I think. Gonna be adding an attachment onto this one here that maybe some of you guys have seen, or maybe not have seen. But we used to have a particular attachment we used to have on, well, other than the rear forks, we used to have another attachment we used to use on it. And it was very interesting, but it was also very deadly too at certain times too. So anyways, I'm not gonna let the cat out of the bag on that one, but it was an interesting attachment. And I think I'm gonna scratch build it because there's nothing available like it on the market. Only those of you who were farm boys may recognize it. I don't know. Depends. Anyways, that's what we're building next. Nice little Ford 8N. Oh, sorry. Ford 8N. Damn it. Ferguson TE 20. Ford 8N. Jeez. It looks like a Ford 8N. Not. Good old Massey Ferguson. Little Fergie. I'm just gonna open this up here and see what we got. Since I have you guys on camera. Let's see what we got here. We got 2 sets of tires. There's skinny ones, and ones are more flatter, which I think these ones here, there's 2 or 3. Yeah, these are 3 rib. Most of them were 3 rib on there. And the good old directional tires. So it's pretty cool. Very cool, man. Yeah. So sometimes I remember we had to steer the damn thing with the brakes, so that you couldn't turn sharp enough. It was like, because it was, of course, it was manual steering, and actually later on, I think my dad we figured out. I was still a kid at the time, but I think my dad figured out to put power steering on it, so it made it a lot easier. But yeah. Pretty interesting. So, yeah, it brings back a lot of memories. So we've had a lot of tractors. So over the years, and so have I too. So lots of tractors. So, comes with 2 different kinds of steering wheels on there. I wonder what that is. And also, well, maybe there's a deluxe model of this one here. You got a real comfy seat, a comfy steering wheel, and the good old school holy seat. had holes in it, and that one didn't. Maybe this one had padding on it. So, because some of them did have padding. So, yeah, it's pretty interesting. This one has the adapter for upright exhaust. That's pretty interesting. Huh. Yeah, this is gonna be a really fun build. It'd be kind of cool to get one 3D printed, but you know, that's asking too much from some people I know. So the other problem that we had, remember when we had the old tractor, the other problem we had was a 3-point hitch was going on it, and my dad too, because my dad was really good with mechanical and stuff, and he the hydraulics on it were starting to go on it, and we had to put a separate hydraulic cylinder on the back to lift the 3-point hitch up, because on these old tractors the hydraulics were inside the case, right? So the hydraulics were screwing up on it, and well, my dad had rigged up a separate cylinder on here to lift the 3-point hitch arms up, and basically over time it just got to be so wore out and everything, and we didn't have piles of money anyway, so just kind of make it work, rig it up and make it work. So it was a really funky jig my dad had made, but it worked fine. So us farmers like to, you know, make stuff last as long as possible. But yeah, so that brings back to seeing the old top link on 3-point hitch. Brings back a lot of memories, because I remember that when we did that to our old tractor. Memory lane, boys. Alright guys, thanks for watching my video, and that will be the next project on the bench. Little Ferguson TE 20. Hopefully you enjoyed the little story. These old tractors and old trucks and stuff, I got tons of stories and stuff from over the past. Whether you guys are interested in that kind of stuff, some of you guys can relate. Some of you guys are old, you're around my age, you know, going into late 40s and 50s and 60s and such. And those of you maybe had who were on the farm, or had hobby farms or whatever, or even had one around your property, knew about these old tractors. So, anyways, sorry about the glare. Anyways, thanks for watching, and see you in the next one. Peace.